Oh no! Oh, Puns, I'm sorry, friend. But, the caffeine got distracted by a book. Fair, fair. No! What? Dustin, Angel, Puns, Yeti, Jam, Caffeine, Watto, and welcome! Oh, I'm starting to suspect foul play here. Like, Bacon, have you made a bot? Because I started at a completely random time, and within milliseconds, like, I think we're gonna have to take this to the judging committee. Oh, Wolfgrad, lovely to see you in a moment.
Steps to the mic, taps on it. Is this on? Slight cough voiced.
And Bacon, thank you for the bits, friend. Watto and welcome. And Wolfgrad, that sounds heckin' lovely. Sorry for starting so late, friends. I have no excuse. Just compound exhaustion from this week is kicking my arse. But I'm caffeinated, I'm fed, I'm here. I have a trundle round Midgard. Like, I don't think we've got too much left of the underhang. Okay, well, hey, Bacon, I will take you at your words, and I will update the board accordingly. And yes, hydration has been involved, Dustin. You do not need to worry. Oh. Excuse me, friends. Whoa. Anyway, Watto, happy Saturday. How are you all doing? I just want to say, for those of you that stayed up for Sea of Thieves last night, thank you. Because, you know, you can never tell how a Sea of Thieves night is going to be. And last night wasn't bombastic in terms of game, but just everyone's banter and hanging out and everything. It was so good. Like, I was still thinking about this morning. And at Bacon, you know what? That's entirely fair. But we will make sure the sanctity and whimsical amusement of first is maintained. And Yeti, actually, we did talk about that earlier in the week, and yes, the Discworld collection is only missing like 3 beats. So, if someone reads a lot of digital books and wants to get into Discworld, you can get all the fucking books for like a tenner. Brilliant. Okay, hey, Jamami, there's always VODs, and getting your nearest and dearest into Red Dwarf is always a victory. God, I forget if it was pre or post start of lockdown, but Fiona got real into Red Dwarf for a bit, so we did like the first few seasons. It's still so good. Like, honestly, there's still a flavour of sci-fi that I haven't seen anyone else step to that Red Dwarf does. And I don't know. Okay. When I say I think about it a lot, I'm not joking. It's very noisy in my noggin. But one of the things that I remember is this particular episode of Stargate SG-1. Sam gets stuck on a ship all by themselves, and they go through the process of trying to like keep themselves sane by like rationing out all their food into stocks for like the next like few months and stuff like that. And I think about that. And then I compare it to Lister, and I'm just like, Lister's a far more accurate you know, last person alive in space setup. And I think that's one of the things that always keeps me coming back. Like, Lister's coping mechanisms are very human. Oh, Marshall Rea, Lost Flowers, Ludo History, what? Oh, and welcome. Hello, friends. Ludo, yes, it should be. I'm still doing the underhang, and I hit the wall last week as we were just kind of like dungeon crawling and battling, but I know, Jabomi, it does have a, like, it's British working class, and it's specifically that kind of like outer London mashup. You know, not quite North, not quite Midlands. It's very Birmingham, but I don't know. It's probably one of the reasons why I love The Expanse. Like, I don't
Captain on the bridge.
Oh. What ho?
Neo Shadow, what ho and welcome. Fucking 62 months. Nora. I think I need a little bit more coffee before I'm ready to comprehend that. But thank you. And at tier 3, it's a lot of cash every month. I really appreciate it, friends. Also, that garnered you the Yaldom, so what will you do with your newfound power? What was I bloody saying? Oh, yes. Like, growing up a lot of, like, Star Trek and Space 1999 and things like that, like, don't get me wrong, I love them all. Like, the shiny future of space, you know, the idealistic, you know, humanity comes together to explore the stars. Fucking love it. Brilliant. But it's a hard one to relate to, right? But with things like Red Dwarf and, you know, more recently, you know, The Expanse, you can relate to that. Or at least I can, you know. I am fully aware of where I sit on the Expanse chart. Beltalowda. And again, honestly, it's only cash that's probably stopped me from getting an OPA tab. Oh yeah, and Chaunerus, good point. Everybody stay warm. If you're based out in the US, we're getting kind of our ass handed to us by the cold. Leaving your lesser used taps just ever so slightly dripping some hot water can help. At least I've been told. But yeah, bundle up, stay warm. Don't make any unnecessary trips right now. And I shall do my very best to be the company while you avoid the icy tundra outside. That's my job. That's what I do. Well, so I can't speak for caffeine, but Neo Shadow, like, I am a big fan of cheesecake, but I have to work up to it. Like, I have to, like, prepare myself. Like, I don't know if anybody else has had this, like, you know, obviously as you get older, your tastes and whatnot changes. I do not have a sweet tooth like I used to. You know, I've got to mentally prepare myself for cheesecake, and I fucking love it. But yeah. So friends, I hope you're all having yourselves a splendid and toasty Saturday. Thankfully, no game news, which is lovely. And I am definitely happy for a no news is good news, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, my conversational skills drop off a cliff. If you didn't see it yesterday, I managed to get into the fucking Shadow Realm in Sea of Thieves. Like, not even joking. I managed to get into the Unreal default waiting room, which, frankly, I'm kind of proud of. What are you up to, River? Lotera? Yeah, I see you, River. You're being a little terror. Being a little terror. Though I think I know how it happened. That because the login server was borged, I never made it into a session. So when I tried to rejoin the game's using its auto rejoin to be like, oh hey, do you want to jump back into your session? But there was no session to join, so I didn't know where to fucking put me, so it just put me in the void. Kind of proud of that one. River! River's been the lord from up on high today. River, queen of the apartment building. But yeah, like honestly, friends, after Sea of Thieves last night, got the dogs out, and I just stopped functioning. I had all these grand ideas of things I was going to do to relax and chill and whatnot, and I just didn't. So I'm incredibly boring. Unless you didn't see Sea of Thieves yesterday, in which case I'm incredibly excited. God, it was good to be back. It's good to be back. Racking my brains for conversation. Actually, really, I'm good. I've got my coffee, I've had some lunch. No, I'm doing good, but thank you for the offer. How are you holding up, really? Watto and welcome. Hello, hello. I gotta say, the one thing I'm really struggling with at the moment, aside from rampant drinking and sleep deprivation, is the continuation of the Too Many Good games. Like, I posted about Loon Acids on my little on me personal feeds a couple of days, and oh boy, it's been wonderful to wonderful to introduce so many peeps. Alright, yeah, really, we can take that as a positive. The tune's too loud. Alright, we can adjust that. Piece of cake, cup of tea, fish and chips, England. Well, numbers, the VODs will be available. But I hope that's because of good reasons. Beans. Sorry, friends, I know I'm being so drastically exciting right now. Sorry, there's so many things I want to do, especially like stream-wise with all of your good selves, and I need more hours in a day. I need more days in a week. Again, like, Loon Acid has absolutely grabbed me, and the breadth and depth to which the puzzle solving of that exists. Like, I'm still thinking about it, and I'm still dead chuffed that we managed to clear the tower, like, apparently well before we should have. Elden Ring keeps staring at me as people talk more and more about how it's moving towards the DLC. We haven't even started that. Black Watchman. I want to play Worms Armageddon again. Like, that was fucking fun. I want to see how many people we can cram into one session of Lethal Company. And that's not even counting all the fucking single-player games I want to stream for you all, of which I have far too many.
You should just take up chronomancy. I hear it will be all the rage in the past.
Bravo, bravo! Right, and puns, thank you for the bits. I mean, Ludo, these days it's easier to just say, like, it's just bangers throughout the year. I mean, I wouldn't recommend people launch their games in January, but alright. You know, a lot of the usual safe seasons of game releases is kind of out. You know, Gem, I think that's one of Lunacid's greatest strengths is its unapologetic pacing. I don't know. It could just be like, I've spent so much time with AAA games where there's that, there's almost like that hype meter. They can't, a lot of games don't trust you to have fun without constantly throwing things at you. And sometimes it can get a little exhausting. Like, Lunacid definitely makes you work for those moments, and the craving of more versus the trepidation of exploration is just a perfect blend. Which one's Sovereign Syndicate? God, my brain is jello. Oh yes, this one looks very curious. Like, I still find it fascinating that steampunk games still struggle to kind of find their space. But we'll see something. We'll see something in that sphere at some point. But yeah, no, Sovereign Syndicate does look fascinating. I'm hoping it's very, very good. But if you want to feel 1,000 years old, friends, the Steam release of Fancy Pants Adventures drops on the 15th. So, if that means anything to you, again, remember to take your ibuprofen. Rilu saying that in other news, the poppers have been little menaces. Those little bastards. Took them down to the allotment. Gigi spent her time trying and succeeding to steal mint off the plants I have. I shall eat vegetables. And this evening, Kara, Rilu's other dog, decided she was going to have the zoomies, and mid-zoomies, she'd stop and shove her head in my shoe before going to zoomies again. My shoes are the same size as her. Fucking yo. To the Dice Goddess, Watto and welcome. Hello, hello. Aww. Nick was saying lovely things about your work yesterday on the Sea of Thieves. Look, I didn't tell you that to do that whole like targeted make you feel old thing. I think it is worth noting that in the year of our Lord Waluigi 2024, that Fancy Pants Adventures is getting a release. Which is different from the previous Fancy Pants game, which was Super Fancy Pants. I am curious as to the difference between the two titles. Super Fancy Pants Adventures I picked up 2017. Oh, interesting. So that one is a republish of the Congregate. So I guess either Congregate's on the way out, or the people behind Fancy Pants managed to gain control of their own IP. Interesting. Sorry, Will finding weird little threads to pull on live on twitch.tv. Yeah, so the Fancy Pants Adventures Classic Pack is the same devs, but different publisher. Fascinating. It doesn't surprise me, like, I don't think this shocks any of you to hear, but a lot of the individuals that had those really early publishing deals around like Flash and web games, some of those deals are absolute tosh. Because at the time there was no perceived value in Flash games, you know, and then suddenly, you know, the Mobage era turned a bunch of those like, you know, do nothing Flash games into like the new hotness, you know. I'm pretty sure Congregate had the rights to, what's it called? Not not siege the castle, but something along those lines. It's a very simple flash game where you have a trebuchet and you throw shit at the castle to try and murder the ruler. And then this little game called Angry Birds came out where the rulers were replaced with green pigs and the trebuchet was replaced with some birds. And I forget how it went, but I think they made a couple of bob. I think the Angry Birds made some cash. I should now call them Sega's Angry Birds, I know. I find all this stuff fascinating, but there was no real understanding of how much these things were worth. In a weird way, I see it as a kind of a parallel to people that signed deals with companies like Machinima in the early days of YouTube. But that's not the kettle of monkeys. Like, freaking. Sorry, I find the evolution of early YouTube to be so fascinating, but I'm kind of reminded of some of those old, like, sci-fi short stories about growing a world in a tiny sphere and watching it, like, bloom as a mini universe, pop up, expand, and then keel inwards. YouTube feels like it's kind of had that whole rise and fall. Like, it's still wild that back in the day, like, YouTube as an entity was paying for and funding creators. Like, there was YouTube spaces you could go to. So wild. Anyway, I apologize. I guess it's not weird to be talking nostalgia on a day where we're playing a game that is beyond nostalgia. I don't know. I was watching the Movies with Mikey on what's it called? Like Last Night in Soho or something. Fascinating film. And I mean, it's Edgar Wright, so you don't need me to tell you to watch it. But there's a lot of discussions about, like, shedding the toxicity of nostalgia, and I do find it a fascinating concept. But, like, with video games, we've been moving so fast, that it's hard to have the same kind of nostalgia that you would have in other mediums. What's really fascinating is, like, talking about, air quotes, video games in the 90s, but that could mean drastically different things depending on your sphere. And again, you don't need me to tell you, but of course, the year that Final Fantasy VII came out, what was happening on PC was fucking wildly ahead of everyone else. The N64 was a fucking, a dot on the horizon. Shit was wild. It's. I'm not saying that you cannot have nostalgia for video games, obviously, but it's not in the same sphere. There's not generational. You can't say that the nostalgia for 90s video games, because it means things so drastically different. So you got to kind of like break it down into little spheres, and that's fine. It's just the wildness of it all. Other art mediums have been slowly evolving over hundreds and hundreds of years, and ours has just zoomed past in a handful of decades. Pretty fucking crazy. 30 years in video games is like fucking 1,000 years in theatre. Actually, let's get Final Fantasy going, because we're last week my energy levels crapped out midway through a dungeon, so we didn't make it to a good stopping point, and we've got a lot of like little creatures to smash on. So let's get the game started now, and we can keep talking about, honestly, whatever we fancy. Oh, and Simple Chaos, if I didn't say it, Watto and welcome. We will be gardening at Mark 3 straight down. Don't worry, you'll understand in a bit.
Reactor online.
Hey!
Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Happy Halloween. Because screw calendars.
Exactly. To a time traveller, it's always Halloween. And Christmas. And Pancake Day. But no, Squarepeg, thank you for 44 months, you feckin' legend. So yeah, at the moment, friends, we're just trundling through the plate interior, just smashing bugs up here and getting through. There isn't really anything architecturally to talk about at this point until we've cleared the dungeon, so yeah, just get the squad together and start bashing some skulls in. There is one other thing I want to bring up on this, the conversation of like nostalgia in video games, and that's you can be nostalgic for a place when it comes to games. I don't know, it's a hard one to put into words, but it's one of those things that if you felt it, you know what I mean. Like, there are...
Hey, look! I think we can climb onto that pipe.
Sure seems that way.
Damn it.
Well, Chaunerus, we talked a lot about this.
No fear. Yeah, no fear. No fear. No fear. Ooh, no fear. Little fear.
Little fear. We can talk about the sun lamps here, but we did discuss those a lot last week, so I guess I just don't want to bore people, you know. The TLDR being that these are gigantic heat lamps, so that everybody that lives in these huge, sprawling slum areas has even the facsimile of daylight, with the plate basically blocking out the sun.
Hey guys, you know, these fans are really loud and...
You chickening out?
Hell no! I'm just worried that your bony ass is gonna get blown off the side and shit.
Enough! We gotta keep moving.
Okay then. Follow me.
Okay.
No worse than a windy day, huh?
One with a tornado warning, maybe? Don't look at the fan, whatever you do.
Right.
Barrett immediately looks at the fan. But no, we did talk about this a lot last week, but yeah, you know, these huge sun lamps are, as Thomas was saying, as much a placebo effect as anything else. And they got kind of built, and Shinra's pretty much just ignored them, because they ain't worth the cash to maintain proper. Oh, lovely. Well, Rilu, hopefully I can provide a little bit of a breather for the day. I had noodles and black coffee, so that's where I'm at.
Think that took a couple years off my life. I mean, not really. Couple seconds, maybe. 3 tops.
Okay. But I don't think there's anything else to add. This area has clearly been abandoned. It works. It's not broken enough, so. Oh, and numbers. That sounds lovely. But you know, there was the thing I wanted to kind of touch on was like the concept of nostalgia in video games is something I've been thinking about a lot this week.
Section H is just up
There was a
ahead.
bit of a
Slow and
meme
steady,
going around
guys.
on social media,
And
which is
that's
I
our
grew up on
objective?
these streets.
The cargo platform? Yeah.
And
I'm
I
pretty
obviously
sure that's the
posted
one.
Ripbank from Ultima Online, and it was fun to see like what people were posting. But the thing that struck me is that you can have the nostalgia for not just an experience, but a
This is
place when
it.
it comes to games.
The cargo platform Biggs was talking about. Let's not keep him waiting.
And that is one of the things that I think is really worth discussing today, because this isn't where
Error.
you.
Insufficient power.
You're kidding me.
This
Needs
isn't
3 lights worth, looks like.
But that's,
okay. Blah blah blah.
that's all of them, isn't it?
All or nothing.
Let's regroup here if we get lost. Remember the H1 sign.
Right.
Let's see now.
And Vanderbeek, thank you
Closest
so much.
light ought to be.
That one.
I'll let them finish having a natter before we continue.
By the light of these magnificent lamps, we shall lead our brothers and sisters of the Undercity to a brighter future.
Say what?
It's from a speech President Shinra gave talking up the importance of the sun lamps.
Brighter future, my ass.
Yeah, everyone remember we're parked in
Down a
Zone
one-way
H1.
path to darkness and death.
Let's sit down. Sorry, I promise I'm desperately trying to drive this to the point. I don't mean to keep going off-road on this one, but I think that's one of the things that's so very powerful about this, is that you can have that same feeling of like revisited nostalgia playing this, even though this is nothing like the game we played back in the day. But it somehow is able to evoke it in a way that's just so fascinatingly detailed. See, the thing is, like, and apologies to those of you that are a tad younger, I don't mean this to sound patronizing, please don't take it thusly. But, like, I've been lucky enough to live in a lot of different places, and when asked, you know, where did I spend the most amount of time, I do predominantly say London. But the fascinating thing is, like, London as a city changes so fast. And yet, in my little mind, I have this little encapsulated version of places we used to go to. You know, there was, what was it, Sketch? No, not Sketch. There was a fucking cocktail bar we used to frequent down a fire escape that served, you know, cocktails by the pint. It was fucking awesome, but it was dinky. And to my memory, I remember it very, very vividly. Now, obviously, human memory is fallible, and I've obviously changed bits, invented bits. I don't know, Legend, it is a delightful coincidence. Floydo and I did not strategize.
Don't hold back.
You got it!
Well, I mean,
Let's finish this.
if you've been following Floydo's animation of Final Fantasy series, like 7 is always coming.
See ya.
But yeah, like, from spending a lot of time in varying cities, you do develop this, like, this
Look, there's a switch.
idealized
Let's
view
flip
of.
it and go.
And what makes this game so powerful and so worth our time and discussion is that this isn't Final Fantasy VII. This is the reconstruction, the feeling of playing it back in the 90s.
Rerouting power. Please wait.
That's one down.
Only 2 more lights to go.
Reinitializing intrusion prevention system.
Intrusion prevention?
Back online because of us.
No need to fret, y'all. A few rusty mechs ain't gonna keep us from reaching the reactor.
Ah, they know what they did. Hello, baby. What's up, babies? You going on a little adventure? Alright. You do you, buddy. Amos just came to check in on us. probably heard that I woke up the guns. It's alright. Like, how am I going to kick the gun's ass? I'm not allowed to wake him up, right?
Intruders detected. Engaging countermeasures.
Where?
Mid-range turrets, huh?
Hey, Cloud! Hang back while I deal with these pests.
No, I'm good.
Calling fire.
Get your ass out of here!
That's the way to do it. Just made our lives a lot harder.
We restored power to more than just security, remember?
We can move this catwalk.
On the catwalk.
Yeah! Lined it up perfect!
Hey, wish you were okay, buddy.
Which way to the next light?
If we can't make sense of this place, we're gonna get lost.
Well, at least we know where the big-ass things are.
Go snooze. That's what we all wish we could do.
Oh yeah, just a couple of boxes. Well, okay, so Chorus numbers, we've currently got it on easy just for the purpose of like exploration. So unless something is like a specific material or something narrative based, like we're not going for optimal gameplay here. This is about the explore. Alright. And
Oh, here we go!
this section is
Got ourselves a real piece of work right here.
You don't know the half of it. Burn!
I'm sure I'm glad they've got these bizarre flying seahorses here.
You're done.
See ya! Bring it on!
You're mine.
Ain't no thing.
Time to burn.
Excuse me?
No escape. All done.
Huh. Cocky little bastard, ain't you?
And Earthman Dave, Watto and welcome. Hello, hello. Shadows of Life, it's going feckin' splendidly. Honestly, I'm just trying to get through the dungeon section here so we can kind of get to the real meat of the game. Because we're not far off of the church. And I was just trying to sum up my feelings on like nostalgia when it comes to games. Because I mean, hell, we have whole genres in our industry that are based
That makes
on
2 lights down.
not
Meaning we've only got one
emulating.
left.
The end's in sight, y'all.
Should be able to climb down from here.
This a hole, right?
That the Sector 4 slums down there?
Huh? You want to check them out sometime? I can show you around.
We'll check them out now if we fall.
Thank you, Barry. How bloody hell am I supposed to get that? That's some fancy material.
The power's on.
But no, I apologise, I'm kind of like reading around. Conversationally. I think a really good one to look at is what
I
has been
say the
described
real
as retro.
sun's the only one we need. To hell with shimmering in night lights.
And Earthman Dave, I was mentioning that earlier, that in terms of like the nostalgia of video games, it's like you can't really have nostalgia for just the 90s when it comes to video games. It evolved so fast in like a 10-year period.
Get your ass out of here. Yeah.
Got your
Would kill for a shower.
Which way are we bloody going? Oh yeah, because these are active
We're
now.
right back where we started. Where was that last light again?
Okay.
Almost done. It's a shame we had to wander
Oh
around so
no,
much.
Ludo! You had one job.
Footsteps here, guys.
Remember where we parked?
No
I've
Jesse
forgotten
or
already.
Reds to back us up neither.
Yeah. Speaking of which, what should we tell Biggs? I don't want him to worry.
See what, friends, like I said, once we get through this
If there's
section,
no
we'll probably be
viable
able to...
path, we'll just have to make one.
Oh my word. Of course, I'm...
Get the hell out of my way!
You heard the man.
Piece of cake right here!
If only.
Oh!
Finish this.
Want some more?
See ya.
No thanks.
Enough. Gotcha. That's that. Enough.
Da 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 da.
Fucking love it. Fucking hell. I think I just got a tan from that. Jesus. Should be wearing my fucking sunscreen for this bit. And apologies, friends. I do want to get into the meat of like deconstruction on this one.
And that makes 3. Enough to finally get our cargo platform moving.
Better be.
Okay, let's head on back to the H1 sign.
Oh, it's H1. There we go, Ludo. Thankfully, Barrett remembered where we parked.
I hope that Jessie's injury isn't anything serious.
Best thing you can do to speed her recovery is to kick Shinra ass in her stead.
I know. And Cloud's got a cover for Wedge, too.
When you say cover for Wedge, like let's be honest with each other for a second here. And Kakaza, you know what? I am going to try and knock over the shelves if it'll let me. Oh no, but it lets you pull the boxes over, so that's something. And I do like smashing boxes. Jobs are good. Some poor buggers below are just getting, like, pelted with shards of broken Shinra boxes. But anyway, sorry. So. I went for a dramatic intro there, and I did not have the conversational skills to back it up. Oh, that movement medal. All of like.
When do we link up with Biggs?
Soon enough, don't you worry.
He knew we might be late, so he came up with a few ways to kill time.
We ought to reach him long before he dies aboard.
And we're back at the cargo platform.
Get ready, Mako Reactor 5. We're coming.
Nothing bad happened. The end. You know what's interesting is the Messenger is definitely a
Auxiliary
great
power
game
supply
to talk
confirmed.
about, like
Reactivating cargo platform.
the sheer amount of like nostalgia
Cargo
and
platform
ideas and concepts
activated.
condensed
Awaiting input.
into varying video game generations.
So long, Underplate. I hate you too.
Well, actually, we did find some equipment. Magic wards. That sure is a lot of things that aren't more damage. Hurt.
Wait, wasn't there some materia that caught your eye? You want to go grab it?
Okay, when the game fucking turns to me and says, "I want to look at that fucking materia,"
You know, I think I do.
Wait, wasn't there...
no, I'm good.
No time.
Wonder what the reactor's like.
Dark, dismal. A slaughterhouse where they butcher the planet. And there's the smell. Mako, be ready for
Right.
it. Hear that, guys? It's
No,
the
okay.
reactor call.
So, Jamami, it
That's
is
what
actually
I'm
something
saying.
that I do
Bring
appreciate.
it on, Avalanche.
You know, one of the things that Final Fantasy has been guilty of in the past is presenting us with sections and being like, hey, don't worry about it. Explore, do how you want. But there may be this tiny hidden thing.
Engaging counter.
Calling fire.
Barrett, can you be so kind?
That all you got?
Let's get this over with. Time to burn. Need a light?
Okay, Big should be waiting for us up ahead.
He's probably worried sick about us.
I'll be fine. But no, sorry, jumping back. Like, the old game design philosophy of, like, hidden secrets and things that you can only find in specific places at specific times and that you cannot go back and collect. It's something I'm glad we've mostly gotten out of
Even after
habits
all
of.
that fighting, no one's coming for us?
No need. This is Shinra City. We probably have cameras everywhere.
It's something that the environmental
Why didn't you
storytelling
say
squad have
something
definitely
sooner?
adopted.
Way
but,
too late to bail now.
It's like walking a tightrope. When you're on it, only two
like, I
ways
understand the
off.
philosophy behind it, but
Better keep my balance.
You'd be good at it.
I wonder.
Beast was going to break into there. But I think a lot about Vincent, and if you weren't part of like the video gaming space, it was entirely impossible for you to miss him. And like, from a design philosophy, you can understand the thinking. Like, Vincent is a secret character. If you put in loads of time and effort, and if you explore everything, and if you go hard on so much stuff, like you can you can find Vincent and you can have this cool, edgy vampire character who, in 90s terms, was probably the fucking coolest.
Tifa?
It's nothing. Just thinking about the next step. Didn't think I'd be this nervous.
but I also think a lot about how, for the people that never discovered Vincent, like, playing this game for, like, 100 hours and finding out that there was a character you completely missed that you can't go back and get. Because to my knowledge, you've got to get Vincent at a specific point, right? Like, there's nothing that feels good about that, you know? That doesn't feel like...
Mercy! Wait, Cloud. Where's Jesse and Wedge?
Report.
Topside's going nuts after some terrorists jumped off a train. Nice and quiet here, though. So quiet I had no trouble securing your route into the reactor.
You magnificent son of a bitch! Bring it in!
So,
Please
where are
don't
the
gun
others?
arm hug me.
Jesse got hurt and couldn't make it.
Bad?
Not so bad she couldn't rope in this guy.
Thanks for stepping up.
It's a job.
Worked out pretty good. You picking that train you did. While Shinra scours Sector 4, you can waltz right on into Sector 5.
And Clank, Watto, and welcome. Hello,
It
hello.
ought to get you where you need to go.
We're almost through
Little
Reactor
dark and
5, so we get back into
Beggars can't be choosers.
new areas and
Oh,
architecture
and you'll be
soon.
needing your grappling guns, of course. All set?
Ready to take on the world and then some.
Make sure everyone gets clear, okay?
Will do.
Deuces!
Okay, y'all. Keep these grappling guns close. Secure them to your belt or whatever so you don't lose them. When we're done, we'll be using these babies to get down safe. All of us.
Got it.
Woohoo! Chapter 6, done.
More to the left! The left!
Wait.
Hurry it up!
Fix those lights! Excuse me, sir. Your tie?
Quickly now, quickly! That's it. That's the smell. This place reeks of Mako.
Looks like we made it.
Layout's the same as Reactor 1.
Yeah. We're near Mako storage.
Let's move.
Okay. I think Barrett got some new kit and all. A lethal sturdy firearm with a large mag. I like the idea of that. Oh, we have to play as him for him to learn how to do all his different... Okay. You know what, feck it, we'll keep him with the classic. You know, it's not like we have to worry about doing battle. Ah, fuck's sake. Damage, HP up, barrier, ice, and I don't know. Oh, Ifrit's fur. Okay. Sorry, I keep losing my train of thought there. I do apologise. And like numbers, I'm fine with the dungeon stuff. It was just more that previous one. There isn't too much to deconstruct, and I guess there isn't too much here. You know, the only thing that's really worth talking about this is how, from the original teeny tiny PlayStation title, this gives this gigantic sense of like
I'm not
size and
seeing a
scale.
way down.
Here, maybe?
Well now, that could work. I'm next.
Freaking wee!
Kinda scary, huh?
It's all in the mind.
Pipe surfing for the win. Okay. But yeah, no, that's the only thing that's really worth going into detail on is how they've managed to absolutely capture that sense of scale.
Check it out. They stick this big boy on us, we'd be screwed 6 ways from Sunday.
Mechanized units like these were designed to take out giant monsters. Probably a new prototype. If they do decide to deploy it, then our best bet would be to run like hell.
Oof. Then let's hope he sleeps through the explosion.
That's called foreshadowing.
Where is everybody?
You mean Shinra? Got spooked and cleared out
Yeah.
is my guess.
We've got this.
Let's hit him where
Walk on this!
Was never in doubt.
Our matey boy down there is the extra scrap.
Almost there. The smell. It takes me back.
Alright, we're gonna limit break his kneecaps, it'll be fine.
Job's a job. Let's finish this. Just like that, okay?
I gotcha.
And to my understanding, we don't have long until the next title drops on. I want to say it's dropping on PS5 before anywhere else, right? No, and we've talked about this the last couple of weekends for sure, but you're absolutely right. This whole thing does feel like it was made by something
Well,
just
what we got here?
loves it.
Turrets up top.
I can deal with those things.
No holding back. That's it. You're done.
Man, I'm gonna need you to focus here, buddy.
Let's do this. No more playing nice.
Might as well limit break, we've got it.
Any last words?
Oh, right, sorry. Sorry, I was too busy reading.
Back in it. That was easy.
Sure.
I was definitely not paying attention for that fight properly. But no, so I wholeheartedly agree with you. And there is a care and attention to detail that's put into this that's so incredible. And I think it's one of the things that it's more common now, but it really wasn't for a long time. Like, video games
So,
weren't treated
it
with
was
this
like
kind of
this
reverence.
last time?
And
A little more chaotic.
for those of us
Right.
who have been
Yeah.
huge fans of stuff like this for a long time, you know, it's easy to remember a time when, you know, video games were only seen as disposable, you know? You know, they weren't given the kind of thought and care that we see now. numbers, I don't like. Again, we've got the combat on easy because we're kind of story progressing, so we could make it to War Market tonight. Could happen, but we'll see how it goes. But the thing is, one of the Final Fantasy creative teams said recently that they'd like to see the next game predominantly put together by a much younger team. Now, I've not had a chance to read fully in that interview, so I don't know if that's a positive quote or a negative quote. But I do think it is something that's very, very interesting, and I understand this is a bit of a cheap shot, and I'm not necessarily illustrating a full point, but one of the things I repeatedly do is I put Alien Isolation next to Alien Covenant, because one is a video game, like, inspired by the original works, and the other is a prequel made by the original creator. And so you can't put them all in the same, like, narrative bracket. But what I find fascinating is that Alien Isolation was created with such care, focus, and detail, and Alien Covenant wasn't. Even though it was supposedly, put together by the original, creator of Aliens as a fucking world. You know what I mean? Also, water effects fucking gorgeous. I was a sucker for a good water effect.
Soldiers. Mako. Shinra. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of all of this!
Hey, Soldier Boy.
Tifa.
What?
Now it's time for Moida.
How much time we need?
Got all the time in the world. This one comes with a remote detonator.
Courtesy of Jesse.
We withdraw to a safe distance. Then, kaboom!
Safe distance?
What? No such thing. We get out the same way we got in. Let's double back.
Surprise attack mode of robot in 2, 1. Oh, I'm gonna get jumped here.
Huh?
What the?
There
Where
we
you
go.
going?
Weirdly perfect timing.
Wait a minute. Is someone watching us?
Wait, is someone watching? On this, Twitch.television?
Greetings, my dear sewer rats. As architect of our populace engagement campaign, I, Heidegger, head of public security.
Everybody say hi, Digger.
The chief warmonger. You should be flattered. Right now, you command the undivided attention of every soul in Midgard.
Huh? What is this?
Breaking news from Mako Reactor 5. Shinra has confirmed the reactor to be the target of the bomb threat issued by the terrorist group Avalanche. Members of the group were observed entering the facility, and security is currently sweeping it for explosive devices. We now go live to the scene.
I'm here in the Sector 5 Undercity. Having confirmed the terrorist target, the Shinra Emergency Operations Center has issued an evacuation advisory. Residents are outraged that the tragedy of Mako Reactor 1 was only the first attack in a campaign of violence.
President Shinra has issued a statement providing assurances that the terrorists will soon be brought to justice.
And so, to a people beset by chaos and uncertainty, we will offer the finest comfort, bread and circus. The big boy. I give you Shinra's latest triumph of technology. The Airbuster, your executioner.
Engineering on the line. Currently, the Airbuster is only 60% operational. The estimates were optimistic.
I'm on air! To the imbecile in charge down there, you are hereby ordered to seize those intruders and bring them to me.
Damn.
Come quietly or there'll be trouble!
Bitches.
Attention all security forces!
Let's finish this.
Just no, yeah. That Naruto run.
Shut the hell up!
I don't believe it. We played right into Shinra's hands.
Yeah, and their bullshit news is already peddling their false narrative.
So we're screwed.
No, hell no!
Attention, all
Listen, they want to turn this into a spectacle? Then I say let's give them one. Let's take down Shinra's big-ass neck in front of everybody.
Okay.
I like your thinking, Sarah.
And bring them to the command center right now.
Main scenario: sentenced to death. But just quickly before we get into the big old fight, Jan was saying that eventually the creator is going to care less about the work of his fans, even if that points to the past. I mean, there is always a point of exhaustion, right? I think it is possible for a creator to keep lockstep with fans' enthusiasm. I mean, at least in the video game space. But unfortunately, it does require a certain amount of humility.
You heard the man. Get these components prepped for the Airbuster ASAP.
It's ready, sir.
Component outbound.
Video games are such a weird, unassured, expensive medium that it's really hard to find a surefire bet. This game notwithstanding.
Take him out!
All clear. Now let's see what these bastards were up to.
Over here.
Can I break open these?
Hey, get over here.
Oh, fine.
It looks like a few of its components are still in transit.
We'll see about that.
Could tamper a little with its loadout.
And give ourselves an edge?
There should be a console somewhere.
This the console you talking about? Think you can get it to work?
Needs a key card.
Well, let's find it then.
Times where we should be able to summon Ifrit, just have him wreck face down here. Okay.
You find it?
Yeah.
Good job. Now let's check out that console.
M units, huh? I'm guessing that's some sort of component?
Yep. An enhancement powered by liquefied materia.
Sounds bad.
Pretty sure I can divert this unit for disposal.
Alright, disposing of M units. Removing M units to the Airbus will reduce the number of times it has at its disposal. While this also directly affect the Airbus's tactical performance, collecting the discarded items give your party a much needed boost. We want to get rid of the big bombs though, don't we? Right? I'm trying to remember how to...
The hell? You got a better plan or something?
Because it's like we only have X number of key cards, and yeah, if I remember rightly, it's the big bomber shells that really suck.
Pretty sure that console controls the door.
Not wrong. Okay, so we have to spend this one here. All right.
M unit flagged for disposal.
Heidegger's got no idea who he's messing with.
So far, so good.
Right. Let's move.
Okay. Jordan was saying it's the AI core is the worst part. All right. It's been feckin' ages.
You think they're watching us? Even now?
Yup. Probably got a live feed.
Nothing we can do about it. Except smile for the folks at home. You go down, you're done.
More like we'll both be done. That's that.
Okay.
That's a win.
So yeah, now I just got to keep affecting the Hawkeye out. Not Horai, I apologize. For any more of the key cards. And only Shinra would have blue codes. It feels wrong. It feels wrong. The subversion of the traffic cone. That's how we know it's truly a cursed land.
Component outbound from B7.
Copy. We've lost contact with B8. Send some men to check it out. We've got a schedule to keep.
Huh! Intruders! Seize them!
Engineering, this is D7.
Negative B7. Get up the weapons play ready. You're on your own.
We'll deal with you ourselves.
Looks like there's 2 consoles this time.
Huh. Double the sabotage.
You know what? Shout out to that guy who refused to die until he finished sending that email.
Will, your son came in here to say hello, and you didn't even acknowledge him, and he walked out sad.
Oh, I'm so sorry, baby boy.
I think he's gonna throw up on your clothes, and I might laugh. Hey, what? Oh, he's okay. Oh my God, he's okay. Come say hello to the masses.
Want to say hello to everybody?
Come say hello. Don't hide. No hide. It's a
Good boy.
Yeah.
You can't sabotage the macro reactor with us.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. You're all right. You're all right.
Oh boy. That's my boy. Pride is not the word I'm looking for.
You're okay. Oh, now he's humiliated. You're okay.
You're all right. Yeah, well, so Kakazi, I wholeheartedly agree, and I actually think it goes an extra step because, forgive me, my brain is absolute jello today, but I don't remember how much of this particular part of Reactor 5 in the original you see from Shinra's perspective, right? But we're in a situation where we, the audience, know, or we knew we were going to have to fight this big bastard, right? Like, there was so much foreshadowing. We know that Shinra knows that Avalanche is coming. The whole thing is basically a setup, right? So how do you play into that in a way that not only allows the user to acknowledge all the info they've been told, but also to have fucking fun with it?
This console's for big bomber shells.
This console's for...
Barrett's console must be for other components.
And this one's for... Alright, well, we'll trim down a few of them.
Error. Keycard required for operation.
Oh, I know I bloody saw one. I could have sworn I bloody saw one. Was it materia?
Error. Keycard required for operation.
Hold up. Ain't we gonna sabotage this thing?
Alright, you're killing me here. Because it's bugged out, I will be livid. Oh, there it bloody is. Sorry about that. Okay. No, because yeah, we'll be going for a good while.
2 choices. And only 1 single-use card. It's up to you, Cloud.
Alright, so we'll trim one of the AI cores.
What does an AI programming core do?
Increases processing power dedicated to motor function computation. Makes it move real quick.
A real quick giant robot, huh? That doesn't sound good.
That does
anyway,
not sound
we should
good.
weigh our options carefully.
Well, so Hop, what are your other large RPGs?
Programming core flagged for disposal.
Because maybe we can help you make a short list. But no, I know I said, but I
That
want to
should slow them down
re-highlight. Like,
some.
this is a really good way to
So
let
where
us
did we
as the
send the discarded
audience
stuff?
in on the
To a
story
storeroom
at the
for
same
defective
time
equipment.
and
I'm guessing.
inform the decisions.
That's so. You think these defective shells and programming cores might be valuable enough to warrant a little detour?
Maybe.
I say we grab them.
If we get that far.
Because one thing that can be really hard is when you are creating a story like this and you want to show the user all of the information and you kind of put them in a...
Okay, listen up, y'all. Everything Shinra has told you is a goddamn lie. Mako is the lifeblood of our planet. Those greedy bastards are bleeding it dry. Y'all gotta rise up.
Barrett, who are you talking to?
The people put me on TV. I'm gonna drop some truth.
1,000 Gil says they cut the sound.
Hudson, Xenoblade Chronicle 2, still with 3, and Baldur's Gate 3.
Surprise, Rounders!
I mean, props to anyone that manages to actually finish Baldur's Gate 3.
Going in.
No way!
Okay.
Worked up a good sweat.
We all do, Knife Damon. We all do. I don't know, and Caffeine, I know, like, Puns has 100%ed Baldur's Gate 3, like, the whole ass, like, including the one save.
Let's do this.
We can't afford it far away! Those components coming! Do whatever it takes!
Too late.
You're mine.
so our choices are munitions, big bomb, and AI core. Yeah. Here. Come on, keycard. There you go. A glowing blue thing in a room full of glowing blue things. So there should be
Find
2
any
cards
cards?
here.
Only one. And this time...
Take your pick.
Let's see if we can find another. Take the couch! There is something very corporate about Shinra getting super overexcited to utilize their newest weapon despite being told by the people who make it that it's not fucking ready. Is it just one? Yeah. Hunting these barrels around. I'm not seeing another one. Would be the first thing I missed in this room. Alright, so it's 3 across the board. We'll chip one away from each of them, and then we'll see what we can do with, I guess, probably the cores.
Feel like scrapping some BBs? Hurry up and decide what you want to get rid of. It's past time we talk shit.
I know! I know! Ugh. It might have been in the hallway. Okay, I'll go back and check.
Big bomber shell flagged for disposal.
I mean, I genuinely love this section, and it's a ton of fun.
Serves you all right.
It's I need fodder for banter right now. You know, I've had my coffee, I've had my lunch. Now I need conversation fodder to really get up to speed. You know. Because, you know, it could have been down here and I just missed it. Yeah! Good shout. Alright, so it's... yeah, it's 2 across the board, so we'll ditch one of the AI cores.
AI programming core. What are you thinking, Cloud? Should we get rid of it?
Yep. So it kind of gives us a diet version of everything. So it's got 2 of the reloads, 2 of the big bombs, and 2 of the cores. And the slower it moves, the more I can hit it with Big Sword. Make Robo go slow.
I tell you what, I ain't never looked forward to an execution more in my entire life.
You don't say.
We're about to make fools out of Shinra while the whole damn city's watching. Times like these, you gotta savor.
Oh no, if you're about to ask me to dance, then don't.
Come on, don't be shy. How about you, Cloud?
I don't dance.
Yet. Important point. Yet. And I will say that as we continue this run through, the Get Cloud the best possible dress is one of the side stories we will be going on. No, I will not be... Ooh, a pair of Sonic Strikers. That sounds awesome. Well suited for setting materia. Nah. T for punch good. And that's what we're about. I'm just keeping key cards. Lost Flowers, there is a best dress, and you know exactly what I mean. I thought you played this. I mean, if you all want to start breaking down the Cloud dress meta, then we absolutely can. It's time to crush more Shinra. Yeah.
B5, this is engineering. You need to pick up the pace. We're running dangerously low on components because of those terrorists.
Copy. They're here! Stop that! Don't pay for this!
That's that. Your
time. Bunch of pushovers. Come on, y'all. Let's see what kind of mischief they were getting up to.
4 consoles. And never enough keycards.
So there should be more here, because I was pretty diligent about checking the side rooms. So yeah, core. Yeah, I think we'll keep this thing nice and slow. And Lost Flowers, do no worry. Sorry, I'm being silly.
An AI programming core. Should we discard this or something else?
Shadow says, lore wondering, is there a metal that works better for materia slots, or would any metal work?
Programming core flagged for disposal.
I feel like I should know that, but I don't.
Heidegger's not gonna like that. AI programming cores help it move faster, right? Divert it or not.
But I don't think we'll get to Honeybee tonight, though. Don't think so. Ah! The Chaos of Dragons finds us this Saturday.
For disposal.
I don't know why I'm being dramatic. What welcome.
Yeah.
We're about to go start a fight with a big robot. How are you?
Think we've done enough?
How was
to
your
weaken
stream?
The robot?
All that we can, at least.
It's all good. The stage is set. All this left
The stage is set.
Show.
A tale of swords and heroes. No. God. Well, it's the Chaos of Dragons. I'm glad you had a good stream. Spot of Madness is always entertaining. And Jamami, actually, that's something we'll talk about when we get closer to the Honeybee, but honestly, considering how mainstream a title this is, and how, like, big Japanese companies can get very, very gun-shy when it comes to non-comedic type nonsense when it comes to anything under the rainbow flag. I was genuinely worried when they announced that they were basically just going to cut and sanitize all of Honeybee. And not only did they do the exact opposite, they just went hard, and I still really appreciate that. Because yeah, it is very much based on the original and taken up to 11. Night Valen, I'm not going to, and you can't make me. So. Yeah, but what I find interesting about it is that sets an interesting precedent for what we'll see throughout the rest of this now announced trilogy.
Tifa, detonator still in range?
We should be good.
The moment Big Boy goes down, you hit that switch.
Right.
right here.
Shut up.
Come on!
Playing this on easier has meant to get me.
Nothing to it.
I've been going way too easy on actually maintaining our characters.
No time to celebrate.
Sure there is.
Oh. Yeah, now I remember why the cheeky potions are better in this, because it just takes so long to heal people. Anyway, sorry. Let's get through this boss fight. Let's get into some mischief. So there's the top of the reactor. Yeah, those cheeky $1 potions.
Now we just gotta get it done.
So I take it this section here is that if we wanted to, we can kick the ladder back down.
We gotta go the other way.
Oh no, this is just looping. Alright. Interesting. Oh, and again, friends, if I guess to Chaos, the Chaos of Dragons, if you haven't seen it, and apologies if you have, I don't want to be patronising, but Lunacid has been my game of the week, and I cannot recommend it enough. So if you hear these lot ripping the piss out of me for $1 potions, that's where it's coming from. They were a good deal!
We're short on AI cores, but tracking down replacements. Work faster, or you'll hear it from the brass.
Look, they're still prepping it.
They're here! Hold them back! Buy us every second you can! You're out of your league. I'll stop you.
When will have it fully operational?
There's no escape.
That was an order.
Stop it, buddy.
Shit. We too late.
That's far enough, you bastard.
It would be very entertaining if you could drop that guy and skip the fight. Oh, gods, I hope the remake of Metal Gear Solid 3. Gods, I hope.
Looks like a performance assessment, don't you think? Reduced response time. Should work in our favor.
For real though, we need to talk victory poses. Something coordinated for the live on camera finish. Could blow up big, start a new trend.
Veto.
Huh? No way up?
We're not going to take the lift?
No way we're getting back up that pipe.
Keep looking.
There we go.
Here we go.
Bring it!
You're mine.
Bring it!
Real subtle invitation.
We were gonna spring it that bit.
Sorry, Night Vale was like, I can't wait for pachinko animals for Snake to eat. I mean, from what I've heard, the Metal Gear collection that's currently available on Steam is not good. And Konami have said they're going to be improving it. Hopefully it gets to the point where we can, because, you know, I'm still hoping that at some point I'll be able to get the 360 HD versions of the Metal Gear classics, because much like how Half-Life is still worth discussing, Metal Gear Solid 3 is still worth talking about, and it does a bunch of things that a lot of larger productions are still very gun-shy on. And the end alone is still one of the best conflicts. I'm going to say boss fight, because I think it's something that you could put into other elements of your game, but it's still one of the best conflicts, one of the best fights in video games.
You go down, you're done.
More like we'll both be done.
Like, I cannot wait to show you all that if you haven't seen it. And for those that have, I can't wait to talk about it. Like, you know what's really disappointing? Getting to some of the later battles in Sniper Elite.
Sure you
and
could.
how none of them do as good a job as the end in terms of a sniper v sniper fight.
Big boy's going to an execution, all right. We're gonna put him out of his misery while the whole damn city watches.
I love the idea that instead of going to fight the big robot, we just escape right now. Like, haha! Get fucked, robot. But yeah, I don't have enough faith in current Konami to be excited for the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake.
We're gonna make it home.
I don't think...
All of us. No exceptions.
Right.
Konami has not given us faith the same way that Square has with this. You know what I mean?
Right?
You better give her a big old smile this time.
If the price is right.
It'd be real fun if we could just turn off the robot.
What? Open it already.
It's locked down.
Is there any way we can get it open?
Yeah, from that room over there.
Why does everything have to be so damn complicated?
You know, the faulty equipment storeroom's that way too.
Do you think we'll find the components we diverted there?
It's like a
Well,
treasure.
so, I don't want to make light of the end, because I think everything about it is wonderfully thematic. Like, Metal Gear as a franchise has always dabbled with meta-narrative elements, and the fact is, like, the end, you know, one of the boss's comrades, a person who is more plant than man, who has come out for one last fight. He knows he's at the end. He's got one last battle left in him, and that's all he's focused on. But there are still limits to what he can do. So yeah, if you start the fight with the end, the sniper of Metal Gear Solid 3, and then you save the game, turn your console off, and come back 2 weeks later, he's just died of natural causes, you know? And it's so glib, but it's so powerful because it acknowledges you and your agency in the world.
So how do
If
we
you
do
shoot
this?
him in the face
It's simple.
before a cutscene, he just dies, and you don't have that whole boss fight.
I'll take left.
Like,
which just leaves right, soldier boy.
Emergency lockdown is currently in effect.
So we need to synchronize our movements?
In that case, follow my lead.
Nah, Tifa's.
Fine, have it your way.
Okay, pay attention, you two. 3, 2, 1. Don't rush it. We got this. 3, 2, 1. Watch carefully.
Focus. 3, 2, 1.
Your timing is all wrong, man.
Shake it off. 3, 2, 1.
Emergency lockdown disengaged.
Gotcha.
Now that is what I call teamwork.
Go team.
Shinra could have hooked up like a feckin' bomb in the console there.
This would be the treasure vault?
That's right.
What's the catch?
Need to bypass a high-level security lock.
Different from the other one?
Same deal. But we gotta do it several times.
Oh no!
Tightwads. But hearing that just makes me want to rob him more.
Yeah, let's stick it to him.
Okay. Sorry, friends.
Delta level security lockdown is currently in effect.
Okay, guys. You know what we have
Focus,
to do.
Raven.
Copy
Focus.
me?
No, Tifa leads.
Oh, fine. After you, girl.
Gotta get past level 1 first, right? 3, 2, 1.
Alpha level security disengaged.
That was great, you guys. Let's keep it up.
I feel like I'm being patronized here.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Beta level security disengaged.
Wow! Think we've got this?
Hell yeah! Bring it on! Ain't nothing I love more than sticking it to Shinra.
Really feel like I'm just getting patronized here.
Halfway there. Steady, guys. 3, 2, 1.
Shit!
Let me start again.
We got this. 3, 2, 1.
Gamma level
There we go.
security disengaged.
No way! You guys are natural.
Oh, you're so good at this! Oh, wow!
Okay, final round. Don't lose focus. 3, 2, 1.
Barrett, you fucked up!
I'm
Fucked up, Barrett.
Focus. 3, 2, 1. Breathe when I breathe. Shake it off. 3, 2, 1.
Delta level security disengaged. Disposal room now accessible.
Take that, Shinra! Making us jump through hoops to steal your shit.
Didn't take as long
Barrett,
as I
I'm with-
expected. Good work, guys.
I thought you were going to be way more screw-ups than this.
You made it easy.
I put my heart and soul into those countdowns.
Make money. Even more money. Alright, what you got for me? Magic up materia.
Score. It's just like Khan said.
They say a job well done's a strong reward. I say take everything that ain't nailed down.
AI programming core. Barrett, out the bloody way, mate. I assume we just sell those on the black market or something. And 2 bottles of ether. Oh, woof, I'm gonna get fucking destroyed. Oh, of course there's a place to take a little snooze. No, Tim! Oh, we're gonna make sure to buy the music as well. But yeah. I think that when it drops, we'll probably end up, depending on, like, you know, funds in the ilk.
Either way, something is getting destroyed.
Ah, what you did there, I saw it. I always try and make sure we got a minimum of I always try and make sure we got a minimum of 5 of any useful shit. Alright. Whatever this jazz nonsense is. Okay, sorry, let me take a breath and a beat. So we're going to get through the boss, but I just wanted to add that we probably will at least spend an afternoon on the Metal Gear Solid 3 Remaster Delta thing when it drops. Because I do not think that Konami has enough faith in their own things to be able to do. I think that they will meddle. I think they will try and make it more streamlined for a new audience. And I think they'll trim a lot of fat in their mind. And the weirdness that makes up MGS3, like the long fucking ladder with the Bond-esque theme song, you know. God, there's so many weird things that MGS3 does. The fact that to cure poison, instead of using an item or pushing a button, you have to spin Snake until he vomits. So, like, if he eats something he's not supposed to and he's dying, you've got to make him puke. Like, there are so many tiny touches in that that are so weird. The fact that... yeah, anyway. I don't have faith in them, and I think it will be very interesting to put that and this next to each other. There it is. Let's do this.
Huh? Huh? Look!
Oh, the eyes of one who has bathed in motto, which would make you a soldier.
Ex-soldier.
Once a soldier, always a soldier. Though not, alas, for very long. Accelerated cellular degradation being the most common cause of death by far. This is classified, of course, but every soldier knows the truth.
That's right.
Think you forgetting someone?
Would that I could. You strike me as the type to go on without end.
Ain't enough hours in the day to hold you to account for all your crimes.
And what a wasteful indulgence it would be, even if there were.
Okay then. Let's talk about wasteful indulgences. What is Mako? The life stream. The lifeblood of the planet. Our planet. But Shinra keeps on slurping it up like a thirsty dog. What do you think's gonna happen if you don't stop, huh?
We do indeed keep on slurping it up, as you say. But for whose benefit, I wonder. The true nature of Mako is known to one and all, yet the people willfully turn a blind eye to the cost. As you must surely be aware.
Don't you dare try to put this on us! If anyone's going along with your plans, it's 'cause you brainwashed them!
Such methods are beneath me. As are you, my faithful sewer rats. Henceforth allies of wicked Wutai, our sworn enemy. Thank you for stoking our people's patriotic fervor.
Wutai! The hell we are! You still don't understand your role in this. What do they do? Don't you see? You fools were never in control. Never anything but pawns in our plans to sound great and glorious war to the people. And your instruments of insurrection will detonate. When we so choose. God damn it! Now let us raise the curtain on our main event.
Big Hoffman.
The trial of the eco-extremist group Avalanche. Terrorists conspired with Mutai against Midgard. Your guilt is undeniable. Your punishment, death.
I'm sick of this. I'm sick of all of this.
It's just like it, right? When I failed you.
Cloud! Get your head in the game! We're counting on you, man.
Time to beat the fuck out of, I guess, like, Proto-Bastion.
Are you alright?
Of course. You guys good to go? As good as I'll ever be.
Alright, you guys ready? Don't worry about it.
Damn it. Big boy means business.
That looks like he's about to swap one out with Big Buster, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, we got the squad. Going in.
Commencing phase 2 of the combat trial. You've seen but a fraction of this machine's true capabilities. Tank Buster ready to fire. Now show me how fast you can run.
That'll do.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna... Ah!
Damn, that thing dropped.
That was too close.
We need to come up with a plan.
Plans are for nerds!
No way! Back in. No more playing nice.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, not my best move, but don't worry about it. But it does mean... Why not?
Let's do this.
Behold the full potential of the Air Buster.
Fucking hell! You gotta admit though, friends, like, in terms of cinematic battles, this is absolutely like one of the best.
Time to do your thing, big man.
Watch the nerve. Just make sure you got my back, alright?
Allow me.
Might as well. Hey. Wait, which of you bastards can do, There we go.
Gonna make your eyeballs pop.
Bust out a few more, Thumb Dagger.
This is gonna sting!
I don't like Big Brother! Ah! His fucking face! Don't even worry about it.
Gotta love it.
Back in it.
Suck on this!
Now! Get in there!
Yep. Clear.
Ah!
No way!
Buddy, I'm gonna need you to bust out the last
Light him up! Calling fire!
Barrett, if you'd be so kind as to shock this bastard.
Now! Dead.
Bam! Bam! Kabam!
Almost got this. Come on, guys.
Bring it on.
It does feel like they are very much picking on Paul. Poor Cloud here.
Now you're in for it.
There we go. There we go. Back of the net.
We don't have long to get clear.
Take Tifa and get out of here.
I was wrong about you.
This ain't the end of the line for you or me.
Also, props to them actually truncating a voucher into a single world. High-speed gardening from above! Oh boy, I sure do wish someone would fall from the sky and fuck up my plants. Also, I don't know if you noticed from that little image that one of the sectors is darkened out. I don't know if that's the sector that's being constructed, or if that's the sector that gets hit from the Mako reactor from the beginning. But think about that. Hey Quasi, how goes it? We're Marley and Marley.
Hey, buddy. You
Hey,
okay?
buddy.
Yeah.
You feeling
Made
sad?
it through with just a couple of scraped knees back then. Back then? What do you say? We doing this? Have we? Never mind about that. Right now, you need to focus on yourself. Move something. Anything.
You are plummeting headfirst towards the ground.
Why not?
Your tactical turtleneck will not help unless you can wake up.
Easy does it. Slow. And steady. Yeah. Hey, who are you? Who are you?
I am your everything.
Hello in there.
Oh, Cloud. There's still so much to be done.
I have broken every bone in my little body. I shall use the materia to heal myself.
Maybe you're not okay. Ah, he lives. Finally awake, are we?
You're...
Aerith. It's Aerith. And you are?
Cloud.
Nice to meet you again.
Again, huh?
What? You don't remember? What about the flowers?
Oh, the flower girl. And this is...
An old church in the Sector 5 slums. You came crashing through the roof without so much as a lookout below.
You owe me a roof and several
Fell right into my
flowers.
flower bed. Lucky for you. Like, really.
Sorry, I didn't mean to...
Don't worry about it. They're a lot tougher than they look. This place, it has a kind of
You're
power.
making it worse!
Before I forget, you dropped this when you landed.
Thanks.
I've got one too.
You and everybody and their mother.
Not like mine, no. It's special. Mine's not good for anything at all.
No, but
Guess you
seriously,
just
get
don't
off
know
my
how to
flowers.
use it.
Could be. Though, I really don't mind. Just having it is enough. It was a gift from my mother. Pretty crazy, huh? Us meeting again like this. You should stay a while.
Make sure we stay out of the flowers. God. Do you think the pacing of this, even in the original, was so well done? Yeah, Kakazi, that is a really nice touch. And it kind of... it hammers home that we are essentially Cloud in this story, right? As opposed to like prior Final Fantasies, where you definitely have a main character, but it's the whole group's story. Do you know what I mean? And I think this is something that we've come to have a better command of as we've gotten better at making them Vigi games.
Really? You will? In that case... Huh?
I'll see myself in. Thanks.
The face that launched 1,000 cosplays.
And who are you?
He's my bodyguard. And a soldier. Pretty cool, huh?
Huh? A soldier?
Ex-soldier.
Well, what do you know? You've got the eyes, at least.
You don't mind, do you? Bodyguard work's not too different from merc stuff, right?
Huh?
I guessed. From the sword. Just do this for me, okay?
You fucking owe me, church breaker.
Fine, but it'll cost you. A lot.
A lot, huh? One date ought to do it.
Huh. Well, you're weird enough to be one. What class?
First.
If you're gonna bullshit me, at least try to make it believable.
Hey, watch the flowers!
You heard the lady.
I'll make this quick.
You better.
Yours too right.
Really?
That's that. You're mine.
Because it was a classified bomb. Hey, little help in here, guys?
Where are you? Where are you, you ginger twat? I'm allowed to say that. Listen, you fucking ginger.
Get into it.
Let's do this.
Sorry, the elite guard who was staggered, like I just kicked him in the dick.
You know what? I'm damn good at it.
Cloud, be careful!
Let's do it right.
Oh, great resistance to lightning, no weaknesses? Oh, well. Let's just kick his ass!
Going all out.
Fine.
How's that? Well, okay then.
All right.
You and your cheeky counterattacks. Actually gotta play like I know it.
Come on, tough guy. Step it up.
Boosh! How's that working out for you, dickhead?
Gonna make me work for it, huh? Well, lucky for you, tough guy. Consummate professional. Figured this dance of ours could use a sword. See ya. Sorry. I'm coming for you!
Do you really have to fight near the flowers?
Doing the best!
Not so tough now, are you?
I've got enough healing items. We can get through this. Oh, sorry. Wrong button. Wrong button.
Still in it.
Heads up!
Oh, there we go.
That's a hit!
You made me block!
Coming for you!
I'll end this. Any last words?
Kaboom! God, I love that little break. Just wait to... Wait, do we get Knights of the Round in this? I forget.
You've got it all wrong, man. I just wanted to...
Cloud! No!
Nutty?
Sir! Are you hurt?
I'm fine. Go get the girl.
Sir!
Like, are you guys helping us, or... This feels wrong.
Weird. They're not attacking.
Hey, open it up!
Come on.
Curses! Our only weakness! A regular door!
Over here! Are they trying to stop us?
What do they want?
We come back for that materia, if I remember rightly. Yeah, Lost Flowers. Detect Reno weaknesses. Twink with a giant sword. Cloud's like, yeah, that's me.
That hole.
They saved me.
Come on.
So, Ludo, I definitely agree that this is a Romanesque revival, in the sense that this is a church that isn't so much old, but you can tell by the rebar, but is designed to look old. But I don't think it's the... I would definitely say it's not the most...
Come on.
Nothing! Up there!
We'll get into that in just a second, Ludo.
Oh, man.
Hey, you okay?
Probably. Or maybe not.
If there's so much as a scratch on her, you're done.
Sir!
We bring her in one piece. What now? Run!
Move and I'll shoot!
Oh, no, you won't.
But sir!
Cloud, we've seen you fall from further heights. Just land on the guy.
Could drop that.
Ow.
Okay.
What's the holdup?
There we
I
go.
can't get to her. Some kind of magic trick?
Cloud, I'm gonna use your work with me here, buddy. Yeah. Mini games! Sorry, so Moose was saying basically play frame run of the original style. Get the impression that the ghosts are enforcing the way things went in the original. I mean, in that regard, we won't know until much later on. I mean, we talked a lot about with Evangelion how the varying different
Stop her!
the varying different series could be considered loops of the same cycle. Could be considered like one long thread. It's entirely possible that this could be part of that same story. Oh, fuck's sake! Sorry. I mean, if you think, the sword probably weighs more than Cloud does, even with, like, his, whatever his ridiculous muscle density is, so lifting himself around is gonna be a piece of cake. Shrugging off a lot of force. Cloud, fucking work with me here, buddy. Buddy, pal, fucking friend.
Thank you.
Let's move.
It's not that far, dude. I've seen you jump further. Sorry. But no, so Moose was saying on the ghosts enforcing things. I guess on that one, we won't truly know until the trilogy is done, but I think it's an interesting way of looking at it.
They're in the attic. Should we pursue?
Little B.
So jumping back to what Ludo was saying.
Sir.
Like, Midgar as a whole is very, very, I wouldn't say anti-religious, but there isn't an interaction, there isn't integration of religion into culture in Midgar that we see.
It's like they're guiding us.
So
stay close.
So cool.
So whatever this church was built in worship of is definitely something rare. And the fact that something of this quality was built in the slums, I think, is another interesting element, because it means at least like the frame and architecture was put together probably whilst Midgar was still being built. And that starts to make some very, very interesting... that raises some very, very interesting questions about like the people who actually worked on physical architecture. Yeah, Ludo, to my knowledge, there aren't any other religious markers than this church in Midgar.
Need to stay ahead of them.
And honestly, like, you know...
Prep for exfil.
Or not.
We're still slowly discussing and deconstructing the architecture of Midgar. Like, some of the stuff on the upper plates, are they old and raised?
What
or
are they?
were they built designed to look old? It kind of varies from area to area.
Let's just go. Okay. Up for crossing the rooftops? See that pillar over there? There's a station right by it. Shall we mosey on over?
Let's.
But yeah, so, if we take a look right here, like, this church is admittedly a modern fabrication, so it's not an old building. There's a new building designed to look old, but considering all the pieces and parts around, like, this is proper scrap shanty. The pathways across the rooftops here have all been constructed after the fact from whatever was left. You can see some of what I guess ended up being like scrap processing here has essentially been left. But it does imply that this church was built intentionally. This wasn't something put together by the people of the slums, which, again, it raises a lot of interesting questions. Whatever kind of, you know, religious worship was happening was probably only really being done by the people who actually built this
what's
fucking
next
place.
for you?
A little bit of bodyguard work.
Right.
After that, it's back to the Sector 7 slums.
You know how to get there?
Yep.
And so, like, to my knowledge, there isn't a specific... We don't get any specific insight into what this church is about, but it's implied that it's kind of worship of the life stream, worship of the force that binds. It's also worth noting that structures have been built onto it. So, like, this little hole in the roof here, that's an old structure. So it means that this church hasn't been cannibalized by the people living around it. And I hope, like, I was about to say, I hope you're all okay with me hyper-focusing on this one. I'm like, wait a second. If you came here while I'm playing this, you fucking knew what was coming. I'm not gonna apologize. But, like, again, so the corrugated setups here, they've been around long enough to rust and have things and pigeons growing on them. But yeah, the local populace haven't cannibalized this because, you know...
That suit from earlier. He was one of Shinra's Turks. What's a Turk want with you?
Dunno. Hey,
oh, Pixel Paradiso.
Don't Turks keep an eye out for potential soldiers and stuff?
They do more than just scout for candidates. Turks get called in to handle all kinds of situations, with extreme prejudice.
Professional bad guys. Gotta love them.
Back to my question. So what's he to you? Looked like you knew each other.
Maybe he thought I could be the greatest soldier yet.
Forget it.
You mad?
Aerith, you're a treasure, don't ever change. No, Ludo, and it's... What I love about this, and it kind of goes a little bit back to what we were saying about the care that went into this, is that you can go into depth on this one. You know, there's enough thought and care in this whole fucking game that you can do a deep dive. There is a great, like, artistic case to be made for this church essentially being one of the iconic characters of this. You know? But it's interesting because if you look around, see these buildings? These were also constructed prefab, so it implies that this area originally was probably one of the more affluent construction areas. But since, and you can see all the things that have just been dumped and buried on and forgotten, you know. But the church has still stood. I mean, hell, from what we're seeing here, even these weird little, like, you know, shanty area... Oh, sorry. I'm getting spun around. Even these weird little shanty areas have been forgotten. Now, it could be because the Turks are out.
Careful. Not a lot of room.
Gotcha.
And because
Thanks.
there's been a bunch of explosions and a feckin' heavily armed battle twink falling through the roof. But, like, we're not seeing anybody else out in the streets, so unlike... where was it we were earlier? Sector 7? Crap, I get all the sectors mixed up. Because we've also been playing a lot of Half-Life over the winter, and Sector 7 test labs is stuck in my head. But, you know, if you compare the area we're in now to where we were at with, you know, Tifa, this isn't active. This is abandoned. So...
I actually haven't traveled by rooftop before.
Be surprised if you had.
It's honestly kind of exciting.
Well, first time and all.
Yeah, Kakazi, that's an excellent point, that the scaffolding that we were used was definitely erected to help try and fix the roof, but nothing's really happened from there. But you can tell inside the church has been maintained, right? It's not abandoned, you know?
Wait! Give me a moment.
Aerith crashes through the rusty boards. See, you got this.
Don't just run off on your own.
Those the words of a soldier candidate?
So petty.
Still like the fact that she repeatedly gives him shit. Ludo, very true. It is being used as a storeroom.
So, does no one live in these buildings?
Nope. No one to get mad if we make noise.
Couldn't possibly comment. But that does answer my earlier question about, yeah, no one's habiting this area. So this is well and truly forgotten. You can see some repair work's already been done on the church. Like, it's still standing. But not enough repair workers to state, like, a concise, like, focused
Looks kinda
effort.
rusty.
I'll go first.
You know, as if there's only a few people that even visit it, and all of them trying to do their own little darndest, you know.
It's pretty old. Be careful.
The steps into the church are clean, but the larger rubble around is still...
Easy now.
It's still there.
You worry too much. I'm not some princess who needs to be coddled. Shit.
Was tempted to leave her hanging for a while, but...
Whew. That was unexpected. Thank you, Cloud.
So
there
Moose
it
was
is.
saying nobody lives in this
Wall.
area, which raises the question why. Alright, so what can we tell? Alright, so we're above one of the gaps in the constructed area. Now, I don't know too much about what's going on with the above Midgar construction, but if we look at what's going on here, it feels like they just fucking gave up on this sector. Like, the sector above, I mean. Like, the amount of, like, we're seeing construction robots, vehicles, fuck ton of scrap. And it's interesting to note that the shanty town here seems to be made of a lot of that same scrap. Like, this stuff hasn't been battered, but this stuff has. We can see that while there were originally buildings and infrastructure, that's just fuck-a-doodle-doo, right? So I think it's safe to say that those that could move did, and those that couldn't stayed in the shantytown until either they had a better place to go or they just gave up, you know? Now, a lot of this seems to also be like makeshift industry, so it could have been that for a while this area was being used for raw materials, but being used for raw materials for the rest of the slums, not for the above. But because you can see little minecart tracks and stuff like that, so I don't know. Could have been the rock here was being used for raw materials and all or not, but suffice it to say this has become just entirely uninhabitable. You know, we can tell from the way everything's laid out that whatever structures and pieces and things were falling just aren't. Now, if I had to make a guess, again, based on the robots and the large pipe structural damage, I would say this is like the aftermath of a conflict zone. So if there was some kind of war or battle or what have you, or conflict above, and this is where all the fucking leftover pieces fell, and everyone just went, fuck it.
You know, I thought about leaving once, but in the end,
That would
I
be
couldn't.
my assertion.
Too dangerous?
Too much. A whole world bursting with life. Maybe more than I can handle, I think sometimes. Even now. People hate the steel sky, the slums, but I don't. How could I? All that passion, all those dreams, flowing and blending together into something greater. This time I'll go first. After all, I can't count on you to wait.
Sure about this?
See for yourself. Maybe I'll go on ahead and leave you all by your lonesome. Just,
Maybe you shouldn't talk.
then you talk. Tell me a story.
Not for free.
Cheapskate, you're... Gotcha.
You're killing me here.
Alrighty. Does anyone know if there's a materia for curing tetanus? Because we might need that. As we slide down
Here
the
goes
rust
nothing.
scale. Fucking wee! Ishkar, again,
You
I'm just
good?
going to assume materia.
Of course. My hero.
Sorry, every
Never
time
a
the
dull moment
command
with you.
menu comes up, I'm like,
that a
suplex
compliment?
Aerith. I don't know why. This is why my brain keeps going.
Not really.
Thanks anyway. We're getting closer to the station. Even so, we'll probably run into a few monsters on the way.
Oh, you better believe we're backtracking.
There's a face
Ah.
that screams, "So what?"
I fought scarier things in my sleep.
Wait, we can't go back at this
Where are you
point?
going,
Ah.
Cloud?
Ugh. Sorry, Gainsborough is the most naff British surname of all time.
Look out, Cloud!
Some fucking ass gremlin!
Go on!
You're done.
Actually, Moose, going back to your other
Someone
point
looks
from
like
earlier.
they're in their element.
Sorry, I guess I should have chugged more coffee before we got started today, but the other thing that struck me was, so where Tifa's at, which again, I'm sure it's either Sector 6 or Sector 7, but like, they have a neighborhood watch, they have a group of people that, you know, keep the monsters from getting too close into camp, because as we know, everything below the plates, Shinra has just kind of gone, fuck it, if they die, they die. If this area didn't have the same kind of, like, neighborhood watch, if this was an industrial zone, then abandoned, like, there wouldn't be anybody to push back a fucking army of these little gribbly twats, thus making it entirely uninhabited. It does then imply that Aerith comes here despite the monster populace, but...
Try to stay behind me.
That way I can cover your back. Go on! So, Cloud, you don't know the suns that well, do you?
Compared to you? No. Training grounds, barracks, battlefields. That's the world I know.
You sound proud of that.
Ah, Shinra helicopters. Quite like some black unmarked
Stations there.
helicopters to really just hammer the point
I
home.
thought the world you knew didn't include stations.
Ha ha.
Sector 7 Slum Station. Alright.
I can't believe this is happening.
If you would all just please calm down.
Hey, what the hell's going on?
Come on. There's no need to shout.
Popular place.
Yeah, well, it's got a good view of the reactor.
It's on fire!
Ain't a show.
They know that. They're worried.
Oh, didn't expect to see you here.
Huh?
Just for the record, we were on 10. Like,
Oh, on your way home from the church?
That's right.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. Did any debris hit the church?
Not debris. No.
That's something at least, but you may not be so lucky next time.
Hey, you know a way to get topside other than the train?
Sorry, can't say I do.
Figured as much. Goddamn pain in the ass.
Okay. So friends, before we continue, I'm just going to nip to the loo very quickly. Just try to remember. Pick up stuff when we can. Always make sure you have 5 of every item. Classic good stuff. Well, yeah, Viola's also big same. Like, I understand that it was a very kind of like 90s character design thing, and I'm for that, but like so many of the character designs they carried forward into this, like, it makes sense. So you don't be tramping around like fucking like rusty building sites in a pair of dainty little. You need sturdy leather boots. Now, let's continue with our exploration of nonsense, but I'm desperate for loot. We shall. Shadows, magic. It's magic. Don't worry about it. It's magic. We shall continue. Sorry. All over the place. Please enjoy the ambient helicopter noises and jazz. Hello there. Not only have I returned, and again, seriously, thank you all for waiting, but I've got garlic bread lasagna, so I'm doing fucking great. And let us continue. Oh yeah, no, and Moose, I think now we've had a little trundle around, we really know why that whole area was abandoned, because like there's naught but warehouses and scrap metal down that way. So yeah, now we get into the new slums proper.
Wait.
Oh.
Deck is all clear!
Rope's good! Go!
Go, go, go!
Pull him up! Let's go!
Mr. Sirius himself.
Another Turk.
A real man on a mission.
On the hunt, more like.
For me? Or you?
Don't know. Don't care.
Then, let's stick to the back streets? Ah. There will be monsters.
Better than Shinra.
Yes, hello, baby boy. Go settle.
Trying with our sweet and spicy sauce.
All the fatty flavor and calories you need to get you through the day.
People say it's like an explosion of flavor beyond your wildest.
There's a Shinra dump site up ahead. Not the kind of place anyone would ever choose to hang around in.
But a great place to lay low.
Okay.
Sorry, the wee baby boy is coming to check on us. Fiona's gone outside for a smoky smoke.
We've got the run of it.
That's it!
Enough. Let's do this.
You know, one thing I've been thinking about a lot while we've been playing this is like the difference between
No
this and
telling
15
where they'll come
culturally, right?
Monsters instinctively
Hey, let's go
target
lie down.
their prey.
Go on. Go lie down.
You'd better watch out then, Cloud.
So how in Final Fantasy 15, like, the demons come out at night. You know, there are monsters out and about between cities, and everyone kind of accepts that, right? That travel between towns is a little bit dangerous, but as long as you're not traveling at night, you're A-okay. But it leads to this culture where, like, every town's got an inn, every area's got, like a place you can crash in your car and stuff like that. Whereas I know I'm not saying anything that isn't obvious, but the hyper-capitalism of, you know, the Shinra takeover means that basically there is a literal ceiling between the haves and the have-nots. Monsters are already a problem if you're on the lower levels, which means fuck you if you're poor, I guess.
Guess I gotta.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Go.
No fighting! No fighting! Stop fighting! So rude. Supposed to be heading down that way, so it's
That way's a dead end. They were doing some construction, but quit halfway.
interesting. But no, I just think it's really interesting the differences. Also, 15 heavily implies that there's like a very, very active tourist industry. And if you think about what it would take to have a successful tourist industry in a world where demons can spring forth from the ground at night, I don't know, it paints a very, very interesting picture. Well, okay, so Chorder, so far as we know, if you are on the streets above the plates, you do not encounter monsters. It doesn't happen. Whereas down, like, what we're seeing kind of in the underside of the upper plates is basically like monster nesting. You know, it's not something that concerns Shinra or the people above, so they don't give a fuck. Also, these are all munition casings, so this implies a lot of stuff. And my previous thoughts about post-conflict in this area making a lot of sense. Though I did think we'd end up fighting something there, so I can't remember if that's later.
Over here. That didn't work. Maybe it's broken? Pretty sure the Operon loops around too, so... Wonder if we can move this. I knew it.
So when you said I wonder if we can move this, what you meant was I wonder if I can move it. Well observed. We've got like full ass leftover tanks and military gear down here. Just left to like rust. I mean, it makes a weird kind of sense. Like, we know Shinra's military is kind of moving towards more and more automation. So, no need to put your troops in tanks if you can just have the tank walk up to people and kick the shit out of them.
Hey! Stay back!
Enough. Let's finish this.
And catch! Must have been a new breed.
How do you figure?
Because they went for the stronger prey.
But no, one thing I'm really enjoying about all this, like, I know I'm going to ridiculous levels in terms of like how we're deconstructing this, but honestly, it's so wonderful to spend time in a place where you can. You know, the amount of care that's gone into the reconstruction of Midgar in this game means you can go on these like super in-depth tangents. I love that. You know? Because I don't know if there's a way to measure at what point you can start really analyzing a piece of art, right? Because there's nothing that stops you from analyzing any piece of art, and there's nothing that says you cannot take any medium to try and treat it with like the care and detail that we are with like the architecture of this and so on. But not all of it is deserving of your time. For example, X-Men Evolution. I believe it was X-Men Evolution. The game, not quite the game that killed Silicon Knights, but definitely the final blade. If you're unfamiliar, it was a work-for-hire project done by Silicon Knights after their disastrous 2 Human. It was so bad that the company who paid them to make it sued them, and they in turn tried to sue Epic for lack of support. You wanna know how that went? Badly. But that one was so weird. Like, it had completely disjointed environments that made no sense. You know, you'd go from the underground on one screen and you'd step through it into the next, and then suddenly you're on the edge of a cliff overlooking a fucking sinkhole. Well, Ark of the Conclave, sadly no, but Epic definitely came out of that one on top. I wouldn't say they came out quids in, but like, it's kind of suing the people who made your tools. And And this was epic before all that Fortnite money, so... Sorry, I've had Silicon Knights on the brain because they did,
There, check it out. The heart of the slums.
Still a fair ways off.
Well, we did take a detour. Getting tired?
Nah.
Me, I'm feeling a bit hungry. How about you?
Way ahead of
me. Amazed.
You're in for a treat when we make it back.
Don't have time for that.
You'll want to make time for my mom's cooking. And that's the final word on it. We'll get home quick and eat ourselves stupid.
No, Phyllis, I completely agree with you. They rose quickly and fell just as hard. And those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. But... see, there's things that we don't know for sure, but I think we can safely extrapolate. Like, the X-Men Evolution game was very bad. And at the same time, they were attempting to kickstart the reboot of Eternal Darkness, that was it. So, one could extrapolate that they were using the funds that were given to them to make X-Men Evolution.
I'll protect you.
I'm pretty good at protecting myself, you know.
You're done. Nothing to it.
That they were using those resources to try and... that's the way we're going to go. And unfortunately, they cut too many corners, and the product they put out for X-Men Evolution was so bad. Like, but it's one of those things that's almost impossible to prove. Boss Arena. Who wants to fight? Hearts! Ah, smashy, smashy. Was it X-Men Destiny Shadows? Like I said, sleep has not been my friend, so I may be getting the title wrong. I'll probably be coming back here later. But in large studios, it is something that does happen. Because, as I'm sure you understand, game budgets are essentially time, right? So if your budget is, just say $1 million, that means that you have $1 million of salaries that you are paying to people month in, month out. Now, if one of your team is taken from your game to work on another game or another internal project, without that being officially noted, they're still getting paid, and on the books, they're still getting paid from one budget, but they're contributing to another. Now, this is something that does happen in studios. It's almost impossible to prove. But when it's so egregious that the main project is really, really subpar, and suddenly something else from the studio pops up and is really, really high quality, it makes you think, right? It was X-Men Destiny, not X-Men Evolution. Thank you, Shadows. The story still stands. And yes, Kakazi, they did make it after 2 Human. As I was saying, 2 Human was a financial and critical disaster, and was supposed to be part of a trilogy. Now, the reason why I mention that is not because, like, as I've said before, every big AAA game, somebody's thinking about, like, how could we make this into a larger thing? That's nothing new, but it seems as if with 2 Human, they spent a lot of their time and effort making things that would have gone into the... Oh, check these out. horrifying, but yeah, like old sturdy construction mechs. Or combat. Hard to tell. The reason why I say it's hard to tell is that we've got so many like tanks and vehicles and things littered around, but I don't know. These look like these were the most well maintained before they were put here, so I'd say these are construction. This flimsy steel door is locked. Cloud with a gigantic sword. However, will we get through this? I just don't know. Oh, we can upgrade our goodies. That might not be a bad thing to do while we're having a natter. Yeah, apologies on that one, friends. Magic attack. Ugh, that's for nerds. Alright, well, we'll have a look at... I guess Aerith's going to be our caster for this. Now, Jamami, I know what you mean. It definitely has that same kind of vibe. Always time for more materia. Rest. Wait, increases damage dealt by Tempest. Right, that sounds useful. We don't want magic reduction, we want... Well, definitely want MP, but let's make sure we get the magic attack power first. And the rest we'll save for a rainy day. No! Don't come back here! Yeah. Well, so Shadows of Life, like I'm saying, the thing with X-Men Destiny is that it was supposed to be the kind of project that somebody else pays for, you bang it out, make a bit of cash in the process while you're trying to keep your studio afloat. If you're unaware of the strat, like, work for hire is less common at the moment, but it used to be pretty common. Like, you know, if fucking Burger King or, you know, Disney or somebody want to make a game to tie in with a product, then they come to you and they go, hey, can you do this thing? And you go, yep, it'll cost this much. Jobs are good. Work for hire projects are a great way to keep your studio afloat during turbulent times, but they're difficult because they very rarely have a good, like, day, like, year in, year out, like, sales tail. And it's pretty rare that the team who makes it gets anything really resembling residuals or, like, money after the fact. So there are a lot of studios that when they start floundering, they start doing work for hire stuff and then sadly struggle to kind of pull out of that tailspin. It has been the downfall of many a great creative. I'm going to say it was... the team behind Death Spank, I think it was Hot House. Forgive me if I'm naming the wrong studio, but yeah. After the last Death Spank game tanked, they got into work for hire and Mobage and never came back. Like, I cannot understate how poorly Two Human did. But this was the same team that had done Eternal Darkness, one of the seminal horror works of video game history, and had done Twin Snakes, a GameCube remake. Oh, hang on. Wait! Oh, my God. Fiona, I'm so sorry. I thought Amos was getting into the lasagna, and I was about to whoop Oh, not what, but I was about to yell at the dog. Oh, he's living the life. I didn't hear you come back in because I was waffling on about video game shit. Sorry, friend. I thought the dog was eating lasagna. Which, despite what Garfield would tell us, your pets shouldn't eat lasagna.
It's awake!
Gonna wish it kept sleeping.
Get him!
Going in.
Stay back!
Get ready. See ya. That it?
Oh yeah, Favor 6. Poor Turbine.
Amos looks with a what expression? Sorry, Amos. Force of habit.
Force of habit. You're not wrong though, friend. You're not wrong.
Don't think it'll open. What to do? That gate just doesn't want to open, does it? Maybe there's a way to get over
Kukazi,
it?
do you mean the smogger explosion?
For you, at least.
Sorry, I guess my brain was on, whatever it was I've just done. It's probably useful later. Or Daybreak. I mean, okay, Daybreak's still going, so I can't really say for them, you know. Now I'm trying to remember what the failed mobile was. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I do remember the team behind the Warhammer MMO had to somehow turn it into a feckin' MOBA for buggers. Spoiler, that did not do well.
Thanks, Cloud. I knew you'd find a way.
No Shadows of Life, we're playing this ourselves. we're playing this live.
Yes, we're home free.
No need for thanks. I'd rather get paid.
Hmm? You're getting paid right now. Huh?
Oh.
I don't really remember where everything is. Ah. Oh god, Infinite Crisis mode, those buggers. Although you can see how that one... okay. You can see how executives would have thought that a DC Comics MOBA would have been a shoo-in. The irony, of course, being is that the MOBA space had little to no room for growth. By the time people were already developing competitors to LoL and Dota 2, the ship had already sailed, they just didn't know it. It is fascinating just how...
You'll be able to relax a little now.
Don't forget about the Turks.
Ah.
Could come at us any time. Keep an eye out.
Sorry, so jumping back. I do think the bots we saw earlier are actually conflict bots, because we're seeing them alongside these tanks. And I think at this point it's safe to say that, like, the area we're going through is, like, junk and scrap disposal. And so whatever, air quotes, whatever was used in the war, it feels like this must have been, like, the early tech. These early Magitech stompy robots, these early tanks. Well, back in the slums now, so... Just want to go to bed.
So, do
Me
you
too,
think
no,
this
me
means
too.
another war's coming?
The Sector 5 slums are right there. God, I'm so
What are they watching?
Hey!
Sorry, I'll start snacking once we get into the long cutscenes.
My lights have been on the...
I made a first sure hope.
What could they
I'm standing
possibly
inside
be
the
trying to
Zetic shell of Mako Reactor 5.
They're working for Wutai, isn't it obvious?
There's still a lot of smoke rising from the
using
rubble.
spies so they don't have to
While
break the
fallen beams and
ceasefire.
other debris continue to hinder rescue
Those foreign
efforts,
devils
the
are
fires
trying to
appear
start
to have
another
been
war.
mostly extinguished.
So if we help catch the bombers, we get a
over
reward
there.
or something?
That's the director of Shinra's Advanced Weaponry Division, isn't it?
Enough of that doom
Excuse
and
me, ma'am,
gloom.
but would you mind answering a few
down
questions?
here, right?
They're targeting reactors.
Can you give us any updates on the status of the reactor? What kind of
when are the
damage did it
trains gonna
suffer in the
start up
explosion?
again?
Are we in any danger?
Mako Reactor 5 has been temporarily shut down, and all fires have been successfully extinguished. The situation is under control, and the people of our fair city need not worry about any additional complications. We're in the process of conducting a full forensic investigation, but we suspect the device used was similar to that employed in the attack on Mako Reactor 1. The perpetrators of that atrocity were filmed making their escape. These agents of the eco-terrorist group Avalanche are currently believed to be in hiding somewhere in Midgar.
And given that this group has now attacked 2 reactors in quick succession, can they really be stopped before they strike again?
What do you think? Have no fear. Shinra will keep Midgar safe.
Okay, time's up!
All right, let's go.
Whether that journo just had the best time or worst time, we'll never know.
There could be a war any day now.
Sorry, I'm doing battle with lasagna.
We need to start preparing for the worst.
Why the hell would anyone do that?
We need to stand up and fight against any.
There's no point trying to explore this particular slums until we're ready.
Oh, what timing! Mind lending me a hand?
Place is really hopping, huh?
Nice side effect of the train situation. So, what do you say?
I'd love to, but
The true battle of Midgar. Lasagna. Stragowato and welcome. Hello,
I help
hello.
out every now and then. It's
And
fun.
yes, I'm trying to cram my face
Aerith!
during cutscenes.
Well, well. What are you doing all the way up there?
Was trying to get a look at the reactor. Who's this guy?
This is Cloud. He's a mercenary. And currently my bodyguard. That's Oates.
See you.
2 peas in a pod.
Aaron!
So, what are you guys up to?
We all went to see the reactor. Oh, that's right. You're supposed to come by the house.
What for?
I don't know. You're just supposed to.
Well, guess we have a new destination. I should probably explain. The Leaf House is the local orphanage. That's where all these kids live.
Hey, Aerith, where'd you go? The church again? Next time, we should all go together.
Why, hello, Aerith. As popular as ever, I see.
Apparently, but they sure keep me on my toes.
Better than being bedridden. Thanks again for all those herbs. You've helped a lot of people.
No problem.
Also, I'm high as balls right
How'd you
now.
manage to find so many anyway?
Oh, I have my ways.
And him?
He's my bodyguard, just until I get home.
And you're sure he's up to it?
Maybe.
Zing.
Since I'm so generous, I gather medicinal herbs for his patients sometimes. Here's the leaf house.
Once they're ready to eat, I'll bring some to your place, Aerith.
There you are.
We're back, and we brought Aerith with us.
Sorry to make you come out here.
Don't be. It's on my way home.
Well then, I hope you won't mind me asking for some flowers.
No problem. How many?
All you can carry. What with all the doom and gloom we've been hearing on the news recently, I thought some flowers might help cheer everyone up.
I'm sure they will, and I'd love to help.
Let's all wash up before our meal.
As tall as the sky.
So, Cloud, what's your favorite flower?
They're all the same to me.
Huh. You sure you want to say that to a florist?
Better than lying.
Okay. Then what'd you do with the flower I gave you? You give it away?
I did.
Ooh, to who? Tell me.
Don't recall.
What happened to not lying, Cloud?
Thought you didn't like lying. Well, anyway.
Zing. Oh, sorry, yeah, forgive me, friends, while I'm stuffing my face at the same time. Like, there's nothing really to be adding about this area. You know, the addition of greenery...
My house is just up this path. Mom should be home by now, so I'll introduce you.
The addition of greenery comparable to the other slums, it kind of paints this picture that the differentiating factor is Aerith and Aerith's little family. It kind
there you
of...
go. That's my house.
It's amazing.
This feels more like an artistic choice in this space rather than
Hey,
one that's,
my house is this way.
you know, architectural or regional.
Come on. I'm home.
Hey, baby. Been up to no good? Rude came by.
So, this is my mom, Elmira. And this is Cloud, my bodyguard.
Hi.
Take good care of her?
That's my job. Or was my job.
Yep, thanks. So, Cloud, you gonna head back to Sector 7?
What's Sector 7? Okay.
Then I'll show you the way.
Then why'd you have me bring you here? What if the Turks show up again?
It'd suck, but I've dealt with them before. Honestly, I'm much more worried about you. What if you get lost, huh? You'd be too embarrassed to admit it, and so you'd just keep on going.
Quit acting like you know me.
Hey, Mom, I'm gonna go take Cloud over to Sector 7, okay?
Okay. But why not wait until tomorrow? If you head out now, it'll be dark when you get back. Better to rest up here and make the trip first thing in the morning, when you'll have daylight to spare.
That's true. She's got a point, Cloud.
Hold up.
Oh, yeah. I still need to deliver some flowers to the Leaf House. Since we have a little time before dinner, you should come with.
That wasn't the deal.
You mean you want more? Even though you've got a priceless reward coming your way? Do you know what I promised him?
I'll do it.
I'll go grab the basket.
Bless his
Be right
easily
back.
embarrassed socks. Dude can cut down the cutting edge of Shinra weaponry
That Aerith.
technology.
She's a handful, isn't she?
But in the face of one embarrassing situation, he crumbles.
It must be tough. No, never mind.
I'll take that. I'll take that harumph. Yes, I am checking the fridge. I am seeing what little teeny tiny details we may have missed. I mean, again, I don't think there's anything I have to add to this area that you wouldn't know yourself. I think one of these photos is one of the originals, but sorry, one of the original stills from the game. Oh, excuse me, forgive my cheeky burps. Right. This whole house is this beautiful, warm kind of.
That's weird. Could have sworn I put them here.
Almost Ghibli-esque style little cottage. And how much or how little sense it makes logistically is another discussion, but in terms of its break, like, when you think about it, this is the most jarring place we've been comparable to the rest of the world, right? Almost more so than the church. You know, all we've known is this kind of this urban encroachment and, you know, rust and poverty. And here we are, still in the shadows of those very same things, but in this jarringly green oasis. Like, RPGs and JRPGs have told us a million stories and have a million stories left to tell. But, I don't know. In the original, it struck me that so many of the games that I'd really enjoyed playing begun with the plucky little hero in the cute little cottage, right? That the boy who will soon be the warrior hero.
Found him! You take this one. Take it. Right. Off we go. And these right here are my babies.
These are my babies. Sorry. But with the kind of traditional hero's journey style RPG and JRPG, yeah, you have the plucky young lad who grows up in this idyllic village with dreams of greatness. And I don't know, that whole kind of hero's journey path, we never really get a chance to see where our character is in the grand world. And I understand that. For a lot of RPG stories, not a lot of stories, you know, the wonder, the amazement or the tragedy of the worlds outside of the Shire is meant to be part of the stories it's told. We are both the character and experiencing the character's, again, journey. Sorry, I'm lacking on the big clever words. But with, I don't know, with this, we're really shown just the true value of, say, tranquility, you know? From, like, moment one, Barrett's been like, we're fighting for the planet, we're fighting for the planet. We're seeing nothing of that. Like, up until this point, like, if this wasn't a video game, it would be fucking miserable. And the reason why I say if it wasn't a video game is because, you know, we are a character, we have agency in the space. But ultimately, we're just going from one, you know, urban area to suburban area to slum. You know, nary a fucking pot plant to look at. And like I said, when we got to the Shinra prefab housing, it was so barren, so disconnected. And yet, here in the heart of the slums, we have a place of genuine greenery. For everything that's coming throughout this entire story, this is probably the closest to peaceful Cloud's gonna get.
Which ones do you think we should pick?
Any of them.
Oh, don't be like that. I know you have an eye for this kind of thing.
Oh, gods. I can't remember if there is a right or wrong flower to pick with this whole thing. Well, it's going to be these ones. But we don't want cattails. Fuck it.
That's the one I gave you.
Huh. It is?
Nice try, mister. You can't fool me.
I don't have a lot to add beyond, you know,
I think we
this
still
place
need a
is
few
beautiful
more.
and lovely. But
Which should we pick next? Good eye. People used to give these to declare their loyalty to one another. Interesting, right?
and Angelus, that's definitely
She
outside
said,
of my
as many as
wheel
you can
well.
carry, so maybe a few more?
Any more over this way? No? Alright. And fuck it, some more of these. Why not?
I think we're good now. What do you say? Shall we go?
And you know what, Ark of the Conclave, that's a very good point. Like, what Aerith was saying about liking living in Midgar does make a lot more sense. I don't think it comes from a point of privilege, right? I think Aerith is acutely aware of the state of things and everybody's struggle. I think, at least in my humble opinion, it's why they go so hard in helping others. But they're also a tough cookie, so you know
No
they're
need to
not...
hurry. We're not under the gun or anything.
I'm not cut out for this crap.
Sure you are. And when you're done, you'll be drowning in job offers.
But through a combination of perspectives, I think that, you know, Aerith is almost uniquely equipped to understand people.
So, how do you think they'll arrange these flowers?
Dunno.
Well, we'll soon find out.
And that looks like a fighting arena. I'm sure I'll punch something hard later. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else like to be adding on that. It's genuinely good pacing, and again, later on, this whole area and these like cute little like village quests give a lot more weight and credence to Cloud's journey. You know, he's going to get to the point where he genuinely cares. He's no longer just, you know, dude on the run who punched good like.
I'll wait out here.
Oh, okay. But I might be a while. Why not check out the town?
Let's go buy things that hit hard! Ha ha! Some cores to sell. And some goodies to grab. Yeah, I saw that. Pigeon bar! I fucking love pigeons. Oh no, it's an old folks home. I mean, we could definitely easy win a fight in there, but I don't know if it's worth it for the XP. Shit.
Did you know? This place is haunted. It's haunted. He's probably at that honeybee.